What's good, guys? Prince Sports here, keeping it 4,000 with you. Man, it is hot as a mug today. That's why I got this thing over me. Now, you may be saying, hey, how come I don't do videos inside the house? Plenty of reasons. While I'm overseas, I don't do videos inside the house because just too many disruptions, too many distractions. You've seen the little kid that I have with me sometimes. Well, times that times two, times three, times two, three, times another three. Okay, there's just so many distractions going on here. It's ridiculous, you know. And it's a different culture. You got to set your mind completely different. You know, like for starters, kids they come on people's property here in the Philippines. It's not like that in the US. You come on somebody else's property in the US, you know what's going to happen, right? But here you got kids, you know, groups of them, 20, 10 deep. I kid you not, I could show you videos of them. And they come to my court, they play basketball on my court, you know? And I'm not going to sit there and yell at a bunch of kids and tell them to get off my court, you know? They want to indulge in playing basketball, then so be it. Let the kids be kids. What up, Tay? Yes, the Suns. Oh my God, they shouldn't be going to game sevens. They're gonna end up going to a game seven with the Dallas Mavericks. Luka is pushing these boys. It shouldn't be like that. They shouldn't be struggling against the Dallas Mavericks to a point that it's gonna go game seven, right? That's crazy. But nevertheless, we got competition on our hands. You know, they are being pushed. This defeats that narrative that the Phoenix Suns aren't being pushed. You know, yo, that'd be crazy. That'd be crazy, Bistro. That'd flat out be crazy. All right. Also, I want to talk about people saying, you know, well, why is everybody talking about Giannis now, giving Giannis praise? It's called development. It's called when somebody hits their peak, they get hot. That's what you talk about. It's common sense. People gain more fans. You mad that Giannis gained more fans, that he's getting more popular day by day? Duh. That's basketball. So here's the thing. If you're not talking about LeBron James, somebody's going to replace him. Everybody's replaceable. The NBA is going to continue, rather Jordan's playing, rather LeBron's playing. It always going to move on to the next guy. The next guy is going to end up getting the juice. And right now, the guy with the juice is Giannis Antetokounmpo. He got the juice. He got the fever. He got the hotness. It's like listening to rap music. Who's the hottest guy in the rap game right now? It's Kendrick Lamar dropping that new album. Everybody want to see Kendrick Lamar come back and drop that new album. It is what it is. People get hot, you know? And then you got people that be like, well, you wasn't rocking with Giannis from day one. Why should you? If he's a nobody and he hasn't hit his peak yet, why the fuck would you be rocking with somebody from day one? You could sit there and say he had potential. We all know Giannis, what he was when he first came into the league. Yeah, you had to earn your stripes. That's how it is. We're gonna be talking about all these players. If they're not producing, they're not winning, they're not playing good. You got to earn the right to be talked about, earn the right to be called the best. And Giannis is doing it, despite one big dang drawback. Giannis don't close these games. Drew Holiday saved Giannis Antetokounmpo's bacon again, and there's too many times that a player is saving Giannis Antetokounmpo. I think that's the one thing that's holding him back. The fact that he's not a closer. Okay, much like LeBron is more of a closer than Giannis Antetokounmpo, but even LeBron is not really a quote unquote um, closer. Okay, because you guys are the same people that say LeBron's a pass first player, so you can't be both. You can't be a pass first player and a closer at the same time. You got to be one. Either you're a scorer or you're not. You can't be viewed as both. That's life, you know. And Giannis Antetokounmpo is not not a closer, and that's going to hold him back a little bit. But on the flip side to that, the fact that he is winning games, coming up in the fourth quarter. He may not be closing games, but he is having his imprint on the fourth quarter. I guess that's enough for people to look past the fact that he's not closing games. Because if Drew Holiday don't get those two defensive plays, the Milwaukee Bucks lose the game. Period. Just like Ray Allen, if he don't hit that shot, the San Antonio Spurs win another finals against LeBron James. It is what it is. All right. Despite you coming through in the fourth quarter, you got to be closing these games sometimes. And Giannis is more evident. How many times have guys, whether it's Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday, or Brook Lopez, there's been several guys to close games out for Giannis Antetokounmpo. So he may be the best player in the game, but he got to clean that closing stuff up, you know? Definitely the most dominant player in the game. But what holds him back, what gives people the right to say, I think KD's better, is because they've seen KD close games out more than we've seen Giannis close games out, you know? And that's a fair criticism. They need Chris Middleton probably. Here's the thing. I'm not sure if Chris Middleton is playing or not would it have much of a big impact in terms of the Boston Celtics still being the Boston Celtics. Okay, Boston Celtics could come back and still knock Milwaukee off, and you can make a case it wouldn't make a difference whether Chris was playing or not. You know, that may be true. That may be true. I agree with you. You know, I agree with you on that. But there are some things that people are still gonna hold in favor towards Kevin Durant. And I think the closing thing is one. You know, we can't overlook the fact that Giannis is getting saved by in the fourth quarter by a lot of players. Okay, this happens more than once. One time is okay, but several times, you know, I don't know. That's a what if. You don't know that for sure because Chris Middleton is an up and down player. He has moments when he don't show up. So you don't know for a fact that Chris Middleton would have had a significant difference to a point that they're closing the Celtics out. Jason Tatum may still have been giving this dude the business. Now you can make a case that Giannis would have been able to switch over, but who knows? Maybe Jason Tatum would have cooked Giannis too. You don't know that. Let's not move the goalposts and act like Chris Middleton is all body top five player because he's not. You know, they still would have probably lose if Chris Middleton played or not played. We don't know that. You know, KD is exposed a long time. He has been exposed, yes. You know, yeah, he does. He needs to close games out more and better because there's going to be a moment when your supporting cast won't close games out for you. They suspect you to do that. And when we're measuring great all-time players, that's going to hurt Giannis Antetokounmpo's ranking because if it hurt and it's what make people move LeBron lower and lower, then it has to be the same thing for Giannis to a certain degree, you know? Because we could always go back and say LeBron's a better closer than Giannis because we've seen LeBron close better. We could always say Kevin Durant's a better closer than Giannis, you know? Giannis is the most dominating player in today's game, but that doesn't mean he's the best closer. Shaq was the most dominant player in his time, but Kobe was the guy closing most of the time, right? So it's fair to say Shaq needed Kobe more than Kobe needed Shaq. Because if you gave Kobe a Paul Gasol, he still could have been winning championships, right? So the same thing goes for Giannis. If Giannis is like Shaq, Giannis needs that perimeter player to help him close more than they need him to close games out. That's the difference. That's the glaring difference. You feel me? But when it pertains to we're saying Giannis is better than LeBron and all this other stuff, we're saying that because that's how we feel right now. We're not living in the past. We're playing basketball right now. Okay? So it doesn't matter if people supported Giannis from beginning or till now. Only thing matters as of right now is Giannis Antetokounmpo is the most dominant and he's the best player in the game. He has emerged. He's in his peak. He's in his prime. End of discussion. We don't need Giannis use to use Giannis to downgrade LeBron James, etc. All we need is the fact that this guy has to go out there, continue to win. Now, if Giannis gets a three-peat, I remind you, if Giannis gets a three-peat and he has several individual accolades to back that up with a three-peat, I'll pit him above LeBron James with a three-peat. He had one championship less, but those three-peat championships would be more impressive than four of LeBron James championships. So he beat LeBron in that. And if he has the individual accolades, that's more impressive. He probably would have beat LeBron in that. Now he got robbed out of this year for accolades. So if he gets another championship, um, the Finals MVP probably could make up for that a little bit. Nah, Steph Curry ain't the best player in the league. You got to take advantage of your opportunity. You mean to tell me no John Morant is playing and you get beat by 100 points? Hell, they got beat by 1,000 points. That was a pure beatdown. Without your best player, you get beat down. And shout out to Beastor on, making that 20-5 without John Morant. I didn't know the exact record what they was. All I know is the Memphis Grizzlies won a shitload of games without John Morant. That's the point that I was trying to make. The number is irrelevant. Yeah, they got destroyed yesterday. They got their asses kicked. You know, that's the point I was trying to make. But that shouldn't have been happening. How the hell? Yeah, whoop that trick. Whoop that trick. Shame on the Golden State Warriors for not seizing that opportunity. How the hell you not close out an opportunity? You don't have the eye of the tiger to close out the fucking Memphis Grizzlies without John Morant. Are you stupid? Close that game out. I'd be licking my chops, be like, oh no, John Morant? Yeah, let's send these boys home. Let's put them out their misery. Unbelievable. Turnovers, and when you put a body on Steph Curry, when you get physical with him, his misdemeanor changes, his dominance changes. He can't handle that pressure of having, um, physical people being physical with him. Pause. But this goes out to my boy Tony. He be texting me sometimes, and he texts me some stuff that get me thinking, and I'd be like, dog, do you really have to answer the question why Giannis Antetokounmpo is hot? It's because it's time. The guy has a movie coming out. Giannis Antetokounmpo has a movie coming out June 24th on Disney Plus. A movie where a guy is acting and playing him. That goes to show you he has emerged. He is hot. Nobody cares about what you're doing when you're not hot. Okay? The goal is to get hot. Do you listen to Kanye West before he was Kanye West? No, because his shit was probably lukewarm. I'm sure he has some loyal supporters, but that don't mean jack shit. That's like me going into fucking McDonald's and saying, hey, man, I've been a loyal customer to you guys since 20 years ago. How dare you not give me a free Big Mac? It's a business. They don't give a fuck about me buying a product for 20 plus years. I don't move the narrative for McDonald's being successful. It's the people that do. The more people that gravitate towards your business, the more successful your business is. Giannis Antetokounmpo being a superstar, part of it off the court is his fame. Can he reach superstar status? And that means he has to get famous amongst the people. The people have to accept Giannis Antetokounmpo. They have to love and accept Giannis Antetokounmpo. Maybe so. We don't know, Beast Road. We got to check that out. But if you're right, I'd be the first one to come on here and say you're right. There's no shame in my game. Shout out to Bistro, by the way. Shout out to Tay. Shout out to Jay. But That's how it is. You guys really need me to explain the emergence of somebody being hot. I'm from Queensbridge. I know Nas and know who he was before you did. But I wasn't going around saying, Nas is the best rapper in the world while he was in my neighborhood, because he wasn't Nas yet. He had to emerge to be Nas. He had to drop the Illmatic. He had to drop the It Was Written. He had to drop the classics. You don't get to become great without no damn classics. You know? Yikes. 7-23 and he went home. But that still doesn't mean he don't deserve to be MVP, because it's a regular season award. The man averaged 30 plus points in the regular season and grabbed 11 rebounds and helped lead his team to a high seed in the regular season. And they had ambitions of going to the NBA finals. That's all I need to know. Yeah, the media hate him a little bit, you know. I don't know if it's hate or if the media just don't gravitate towards Giannis Antetokounmpo, but they're going to, because if they don't talk about Giannis, they're going to talk about somebody else. LeBron James is almost out the door, so now you're going to have a new group of fanboys of a new player. Period. That goes to show you LeBron's value will be going down, because nobody going to be talking about LeBron as much when he retires. He's going to be retired on the same level as Giannis You hear people talk about him now and then, like I was saying. Sorry, I got interrupted a little bit. This iPad is scorching hot. When I mean scorching hot, I mean scorching hot, dog. All right? It's like being baked in the sun. And once it gets to a certain heat level, my iPad will shut down. So if this live stream shuts down, it's because this iPad is too hot. The streets is hot. It really is hot. You got to change your state of mind when you come to different countries, man. Just like when you change your state of mind when you come to another country. You got to live different. You got to eat differently. We move on. Basketball don't start with LeBron James. It don't end with LeBron James. He's another guy that's going to come and go. And that's how I honestly feel about it. I think all these people that talk about LeBron NBA player. Period. And once that happens, you guys they hate this player. It's always going to be a new guy, you know. And guess what? That GOAT conversation going to continue. It's going to be Michael Jordan versus somebody else for GOAT status. It may be Giannis. Giannis may be that next guy to challenge Michael Jordan for GOAT status. He may be that next guy. Because I can guarantee you, they're going to be saying, yeah, LeBron James pretty soon. You already know, you see the writing on the wall. I'm not ready to do that, but there are people that's going to do that. They're going to push that narrative. All right. I just told you, if Giannis get a three-peat and he wins some more individual accolades amongst that three-peat, I got him better than LeBron James. He'll have one championship less than LeBron James, but still be better. Because he would have 0 losses in the NBA Finals on the biggest stage. He's 1-0 right now. His career is headed on a good path. He has very little red flags on his resume. Very little. All right? Not glaring ones that we can't overlook. But that getting saved by many players got to change. He can't be getting saved by a lot of players, man. He's gonna have to step that up. He's gonna have to step his game up. See, right now my iPad is scorching hot, dog. Yeah, and that's the one thing about it. A lot of people just don't respect LeBron James. He's going to be known. His legacy is going to be known as player movement, the big three, stuff like that. He's gonna leave a legacy like that behind. Whether that's good or bad, that's on you. It's all subjective. You know, to me, I think it's bad. And I think LeBron James, to a certain extent, don't want to have that legacy, but it is what it is. You sending Russ to China. Wow. Man, you still getting on Russell Westbrook. You know, people respect Giannis. He got that going for him. Giannis is beloved and he gets lots of respect. You know, wow. They going to a game seven. A game seven. I hope that same thing don't happen to Golden State. Because Dallas Mavericks has no place sending the Phoenix Suns to game seven. But they're being pushed. They're being pushed. Either they're being pushed or the Phoenix Suns is not as good as we think they are. It's one of the two. It's one of the two. That's all it could be. Either Dallas is just that good to challenge a high seed team, or the Phoenix Suns is just not as good as we say they are. I'm thinking it's number two because I don't believe in the Dallas Mavericks like that. And I don't believe in Luka like that because Luka haven't even hit his prime. He broke your TV 20 times. Brick Nation, you must got a lot of bricks in your house then. You can make a brick oven, man. A brick house oven. You can make pizza in there. Bake some pizza. Wow. That's bad signs for Phoenix Suns. You just injured your hand. Wow. Now he may not be able to play game seven. The Achilles heel for the Phoenix Suns is always injuries. More so than any other team. Because everybody get treated differently. Y'all may sit there and say keep that same energy, but there's no such a thing as keep that same energy. Because everybody's situation is different. Everybody's subjectable to injuries, but more guys are more likely to get injured more. And Chris Paul has a more bigger history of getting injured more than a lot of other players. It is what it is. The Suns are in huge trouble. Yes, they are, G Money. A lot of teams are in huge trouble. The Bucks are still in huge trouble. The Warriors are in huge trouble. The Suns are in huge trouble. Three teams that we think that could go to the NBA Finals may not even get there. If the Golden State Warriors lose to Ja Morant less team, I'm going to be on the Steph Curry and them boys like white on rice. If the Phoenix Suns lose to the Dallas Mavericks, I'm going to be on them like white on rice. But if the Milwaukee Bucks lose to the Boston Celtics, I'm going to be on the Milwaukee Bucks, but not as much as those other two teams. It's for the simple fact that Boston is a better defensive team than Milwaukee Bucks. We're watching the game to see that. They're a better rebounding team. And for some reason, Milwaukee got no answer for Al Horford and Jason Tatum in the fourth quarter. They got to clean that mess up. But Giannis is overachieving right now on a team where you don't have one of your best players, a guy that averages 20 plus points for you, and you're able to probably push this to 7 games, 6 games. I tip my hat off to the great Giannis Antetokounmpo in that aspect. But exactly, 3-2. They up 3-2. So maybe he could put on a performance of a lifetime. Giannis got to score 50. From beginning to end, Giannis got to dominate a game. You got to drop 50 on these boys. You got to eat the Boston Celtics. You better be prepared. You got to put your big boy pants on. You know? It's not just Giannis on Bistro, it's the whole team. That's what y'all don't get. The whole team can't guard Al Horford. Wow. If the Grizz could beat the Warriors without John Morant, that's an indictment on Steph Curry. I don't care how you look at it. His legacy is going to take a big hit losing to a team without John Morant on it. And you, Steph Curry, you a superstar. You one of the greatest players of all time. You got to close these out. You got to close that game out. I don't care. You got to close that game out. There's no excuse for that. Giannis got work to do too. I'm not giving him a pass. He got work to do too. Powering on. Welcome to All Tech Lansing. So don't think it. Oh, I'm giving. I don't give free passes. This ain't Great Adventures. My channel ain't Great Adventures. I don't give free passes. You know. But for all you guys sitting there saying, Giannis is this, Giannis is that, you're only talking about him now. Duh. Giannis is the undisputed best player in the game right now. So of course he's gonna get talked about. Of course, people are gonna gravitate towards him. We the people anointed Giannis Antetokounmpo as the best player in the game. It all starts with the people. We are the consumers. We are the ones that give our opinion. What up, John?
Yo, what's up, Prince?
What's good, son?
Man, listen, in my humble opinion, Milwaukee Bucks and Golden State, they're still in control of the series. The one, like for now, if they both lose Game 6, then they're in trouble.
Right.
But the one that's in trouble right now, currently, is the Phoenix Suns. They lost Game
Oh,
Six, and they're going into Game 7, and giving the Dallas Mavericks all that life in Game
mm-hmm.
7. Yo, if tomorrow morning comes out like later today, if the report comes out that Scott Forster if the referee, it's curtains for the Phoenix Suns because he does not like Chris Paul.
Right. Is Chris Paul even going to play? That's the question.
No, he will play through the injury. It's like
Right.
it's the same hand I was giving him problems before. He's gonna play through it, but I don't think he's gonna be as effective as he was early on in the season. Like when he was when remember when the ninth seed New Orleans Pelicans was pushing them guys was pushing the Phoenix Suns. I think going 6 games with the Pelicans forced their hands. Canals came back to bite him in the behind because Chris Paul is old. He's 37. He's not young anymore.
Right.
I I don't like Phoenix chances.
Mm. So the Milwaukee Bucks, they in charge of the series. Do you
Yeah,
think the
they're in
series?
charge.
Salute.
Salute.
I think look like go right for now Golden State and Milwaukee are still in charge, but if they both lose, they're in trouble. But for
I
like
agree.
right now, Phoenix is in deep trouble.
I agree
And
with
and
that.
and, and Chris Paul just injured his hand.
I,
Mm-mm.
I'm I'm
I don't like
concerned.
it. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Same here.
I want Phoenix to win, but I think Luke is just too hungry. He wants it
My
now.
my thing is this. I gotta see how the Mavericks play on the road. Again, I get your point, John. Salute everybody. I get your
Let's go,
point,
man.
John. And yes, the Suns are in trouble. I believe the Suns are in huge trouble. But you also have to consider this, John, right? The Mavericks are kind of streaky on the road. You know what I mean? Yes, I know the Mavericks can shoot the free and a good defensive team, but you don't know what can happen in Game 7. Devin Booker could go off. You know what I mean? Luka could get hurt. You never know what can
But
happen in
listen,
Game
but the
Six.
pressure is on them. It's
No,
on
I
them.
understand that. I
And Chris
understand
Paul
it's
is
on.
known for choking in big moments.
And I understand that, and that is my concern. But and yes, he has been a choker, but he's also the same guy that did beat the Spurs in the game one in the Game 7, right? The defending champion Spurs. And that's my concern. That's my thing. Again,
But
I'm not
that's
saying
when he was younger. He's
it
really
doesn't
really
matter if
old
he was
now.
young. He still beat him. It doesn't matter if he was younger. He still beat him. Again, I'm not
He's
saying
too
it's going to be
old.
easy. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm not saying that. I believe it's going to be a tough Game 7. But let's see what the Mavericks do on the road. You know what I mean? You don't know what can happen. The Mavs can be ice cold in Game 7. To
Listen,
me, yes,
I'm saying, listen, I know that the Mavs are ice cold. usually on the road, but in a game seven, that could flip. That could
Well,
really
okay,
flip.
the word could, but will it? You just have to find out. The word could, but will it? Same thing with Golden State. You don't know. I think the Warriors will win in six, but you don't know what can happen in game six.
Yeah, that
Desmond
was
Bain can go
laughable,
off.
man.
Steph Curry can
That
get
Golden
hurt.
State,
Klay
but
Thompson can get hurt. You never
that
know.
shit got me laughing yesterday. The
man,
Golden State.
I don't
Here's
know.
the
I
thing,
don't
though,
like.
G
I'm
Money.
really
No defense, turnovers, the
man.
steals that they
It,
got, man.
it's the Mike Brown effect, man. It's the Mike Brown effect.
And
Yeah, that's what I
that's a
kept
good point
hearing.
too. We don't know when Steve Kerr's coming back. What happens if he doesn't come back until? What happens if he doesn't come back for a while? Then what?
Well, that's gonna be an
Listen,
excuse. It's gonna be the coach's
nah,
fault.
nah.
Nah, you had a
Like,
3-1 lead. You had a 3-1 lead.
listen, listen.
It's gonna look like
I
2016, huh? Right,
yes,
G
And,
Money gonna
yeah.
look like 2016.
and again, I
Go
think
three
Golden
one
State.
lead.
No, listen, no, look, hear me out, hear me out. I think Golden State's gonna win Game Six. I believe that, but you never know what can happen. You know what I mean, John? An injury
Shout
can
out to
happen.
Miami.
A
By
guy
the
can
way,
get hot from three from Memphis. You never know.
But
Draymond could get suspended for
Memphis
Game
is
Seven.
good, bro. Memphis
listen.
is good without John
This
Morant. That's a good team.
this is the playoffs, man. Like injuries is a part of the game, man. It
No, I
comes with it.
understand that, but my point is, I was saying is that Golden State should have ended the series earlier, so you don't put yourself in this position. That's what I'm trying to say,
Yeah, they should have ended it.
because you don't know
I
what can
didn't. I
happen in
expected
Game
to
Six.
get beaten
here's
this
the
bad.
thing.
I did not
Here's
expect it
the
to get
thing.
blown by 40, bro.
Me and like
Here's the thing, though.
That's
listen,
crazy. The way
listen.
Steph Curry played, I was like, oh my god.
They did the Golden State did the same thing to them in Game Three. They blew them out and got dropped like 142.
But again, that's one game. Doesn't matter. That game doesn't matter. We're talking about Game Six, so you don't know what's going to happen. Memphis can rebound the ball. I mean, Draymond can get himself in foul trouble. Again, man, it's not going to be as easy as you think, John. I
I
told
don't.
you the
I
Warriors.
don't think the Memphis gonna blow the game. I don't think they're gonna blow that game.
I got Golden State winning Game Six. I'm just saying that knowing how wacky these playoffs have been, do not be shocked if the Grizzlies win Game Six. I'm not saying they will. I'm just saying they have a chance because you don't know what can happen with Steph. Listen, John, we have seen Steph have sprained MCLs in the playoffs. You have seen Steph have injured wrists in the playoffs. We have seen Klay Thompson look like shit in the
Yeah,
In
second
multiple
round.
he
series, in
made a. He
multiple
shot a lot
series.
of bricks.
You
Klay
can't
Thompson
ignore what
shot a
I'm
lot of bricks.
saying, John. Draymond Green could get suspended if he does something dumb. You don't know. Jordan Poole's been up and down as of late. You don't know what can happen in game six, man. You don't
The
know what
only
can
way
happen.
Golden State is winning if they play some
Let me
defense.
look
If they
at it.
don't play no defense, they're not beating Memphis, the
Yo,
Grizzlies.
P, what you say, P?
Yeah, here's the thing. Golden State still in the driver's seat. The Milwaukee
Yeah,
Bucks underachieving still in the driver's seat. But the Phoenix Suns, I remember I told you, G Money, the Dallas Mavericks shouldn't win one more game in the series. They
and
did
I'm
well
very
last year,
concerned. I'm very concerned.
and they went off to win two more games. So now the
And
pressure
at
is on.
home, that's the thing. They're doing this at home,
Yeah, but Suns don't play no defense. It just looked like, all right, they
and
scoring
their
all over
offense has been
us, and they're walking
shoddy.
around.
And their
Why y'all
offense has been
standing there?
awful. And the Suns' offense has been awful. No ball movement, no player movement. Booker was bad tonight.
Play
Aiden
some
had no
damn
real impact.
defense.
Chris Paul's been awful as of late. No
You know,
one stepped up.
Chris Paul now have the record in the NBA for having the most 2-0
Boom to at
leads.
least four
Yeah,
times. That's my concern. That's my concern. I still think
I got
personally
a
we can
question
beat
for
the Met. Yeah, P.
I got a question for three of you guys. How many of you just want to see the temperature in the room? How many of you guys have the Celtics beating the Bucks in this series, or do you have the
It's
Bucks?
gonna
None.
be a
They're
tough.
not
It's gonna
winning
be
in
no,
tough.
Milwaukee.
no,
It's over.
they're not winning in Milwaukee. It's
They're not
over.
winning Milwaukee. They're not winning the Deer District.
Okay.
It's gonna be tough though. It's gonna be a close game. I think it's gonna be
The
a close
season ended
game
game five.
By
The
the
because we
season
way,
ended
saw
game
what.
five.
Come on, you saw what happened in Game Three. G Money. The Bucks had a 10-point lead twice, and it blew that shit. They blew the 10-point lead.
Sure, and Milwaukee ended up winning the
wait, who's
game.
the favorite to
Ironically,
win?
Mo- who's afraid to win the championship right now?
G
It's
Money, I know
tough.
you have Boston, right? No,
Who?
no, I mean
What?
against Boston versus Milwaukee. You picked
Before I
Boston to win, right?
Milwaukee's favorite. I was wrong picking Boston. I was wrong.
It's
Milwaukee's
gonna
gonna
be
close it out
tough.
in
It's not
six.
gonna be easy. That's all I know. It's not gonna be easy because the Boston's gonna be shooting a
Congratulations
lot of
to
three
Miami,
pointers. They're gonna be
guys.
And
kicking
that's
around
gonna
with their
hurt
three
them to their
pointers.
advantage. That's gonna hurt them. And they have no sides in the paint with Robert
Three,
Williams
three,
being out.
three.
That's gonna be a problem. And listen, Robert Williams is gonna be out potentially. That's gonna be a problem on the boards for Boston. And rim protection. That's gonna be a problem. They have no one to stop Giannis in the paint. And Brook Lopez too. and Bobby Portis had big offensive rebounds to Andrew Howard, and Wes Matthews had a big offensive rebound that led
Yeah,
to the
Drew
Giannis three.
Holiday's defense. Oh man, that shit
And
was
that's to be a
crazy.
problem. And I told people I don't trust Tatum and Brown consistently in the playoffs. You see my point, and now you see it come to fruition. I had Boston beating Milwaukee, but I knew Boston was not going to win a title this season. So for people saying this team was going to the finals, I told people this team was not finals caliber because they don't run good plays offensively, and their bench is weak sometimes.
So they're not consistent in defense, right?
They're consistent on defense. It's just that their offense is spotty
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah, like their offense at times, like in key moments, could be really, really stagnant.
It's bad. They're 13-22 in the clutch for a reason. And by the way, Boston's 4-11, 4-9 or whatever, 4-9 or 4-11 in games decided by one possession. If it wasn't for Al Horford, they would have lost in five. Think about that.
Yeah, but remember, they could have still won because Giannis missed his second
Mhm.
free throw.
They should have. I agree. They should have rebounded the
Giannis's
ball.
free throw. I keep telling you, Giannis's free throws is one of his biggest weaknesses. He could have closed out the other games that they played.
Hmm I agree, but I think I agree with that. But the problem with I just think it's over for unless the Bucks don't hit threes. I don't see how the subs are gonna
Just
go
like
into a
Prince
series
said,
this year
Giannis is not a
the Bucks.
closer like that, and he has to work on his shooting and his mid range. I don't know, but like Prince said, he's more like Shaq. He's more like Shaq because Shaq couldn't shoot jumpers and like threes and all this other stuff or
Mhm.
free throws. He was just more dominant because of his size.
Oh yeah. TJ
Well,
want us to talk about James Harden. James Harden
man,
going
it's
Yeah,
home.
they
This
over.
is
cooking
the
James
second
Harden
half.
right now.
He
Man,
had,
listen.
bro, he had a
Um,
bagel in the second half with cream cheese. Zero in the
mm-mm,
second half. And Joel
Philly.
Embiid was and Joel Embiid was garbage too. 7 of 24. Maxi 9 for 22. Tobias
Yo,
Harris only 14. Salute hoop
Man,
facts.
what it
The
Man,
do,
Philly embarrassed
guys?
themselves,
they gonna kick
man.
James. They're gonna kick James Harden out of Philly.
They
What
cooking
up, Philly?
James
yeah, they're
Harden
Yo,
gonna
Whoop
kick
right
him
facts.
out of
now.
Shout
Philly.
out to Philly
The
fans.
sports and ESPN
yo,
Sports Center.
yo,
Word.
listen.
Yo, let's give a shout out to Hoop Facts in the building. Come on, y'all. What
AOP,
up, Hoop? What's up?
AOP. Hello.
Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah,
hear
it's
you.
good, man.
Like, don't get me wrong. I like Giannis a little bit, but if he's the best player in the league, then the league is in trouble. If he's supposed to be the best,
Why do you
bro,
say that?
bro.
You
I
gonna
mean,
what? Cause what? His personality?
Well,
nah,
his
nah.
shooting. What's his
Wait, wait,
shooting? Has to be his shooting.
listen. Wait, listen. Goddamn, bro. Can I speak real quick? The reason why I say that because if you sit down and watch a full game of him playing, like if you watch the whole game and don't watch the highlights, like watching him play like tough playoff games is fucking terrible because you watch him play, all he do is charge into motherfuckers. Like he pick up a lot of offensive fouls. Like he don't have no moves really. And like I just see him run into players and like the refs don't even call that shit. It's like it's not good to watch. When you really watch him, all he doing is running into motherfuckers, and sometimes
Then why do you watch the Bucks and stop watching?
I watch basketball. Period, bro.
I
I watch.
understand. I
Yeah,
understand
I
it,
get
but
what
you
he's
don't like
saying because
watching
he
guys
said
doing
that's
the
Giannis
some
lot.
dumb
mostly.
shit to say,
Now he
bro. Like
said
that's
Giannis
some dumb
mostly
shit to say.
bulldozers
Don't
and
watch.
he be like doing
I
some.
watch it both
No,
teams,
but he can't do the Euro step. Giannis does the Euro step a lot. And
bro.
again, I'm
It's
not.
not even like, bro. Like it's just not even that. It's like I can't really consider him the best player in the NBA because like if the game was played the right way, the motherfucker would be fouled out before the second quarter.
Then who is the
Like
best player
like
right now? Then who is?
bro, I don't know, bro, but what I'm saying is if he is, then we in trouble. We in a fucking
I
trouble
can't listen
because
to that, man.
he can
I
be
can't listen
stopped.
to that.
So
Because like
so
when you
base
really
I
so
mean,
sit
all
there
the
and
so
watch
best
him
players.
play,
so
I
so
mean, we
so
see
so so
got
basic
full.
so you saying basically because Giannis' game isn't pretty, like Kevin
nah, it's
Durant's,
not that
he's not
Was
it's
great.
on.
not that it isn't
Like
pretty.
Kevin Durant got a pretty game and he got
No,
swept.
bro. See, look, bro. Like it's
Hmm
not that it isn't pretty. That's not the point. Like what I'm saying is, this is not about it being pretty. What it is it's unfair, and that's not the way basketball is supposed to be played. Like, so basically, right? He can't really get to his spots. When he stopped her from going to his spots, he's just running into multiple players, and It just look
So
fucking
so
bananas.
basically he's like a modern day Shaq. That's all. He's a
That's
No,
what
he's
we
modern day
not a
said.
Shaq.
modern day
Shaq did the
Shaq because
same
Shaq had
thing.
moves in the post.
Hmm.
Exactly.
You can give the ball to Shaq, and Shaq will make something happen. Giannis gotta run full steam ahead and charge in the motherfuckers and all
Giannis
that.
can also hit the post fadeaway shot too. Giannis doesn't just bulldoze his way. He can
I
also hit
mean,
the
but
post
that's
fadeaway.
look,
I
He can
bro.
mean,
go
Like
to the.
Giannis could
He
barely
can
shoot
hit,
jumpers. I get it, but he
that's
won't sit
very.
down because of his size.
I mean,
exactly.
what I'm saying, like that's very inconsistent. Like I watched the Boston Celtics. Like they would beat him to the spot. They would stop him. Like I see what's going on. Like Giannis get away with a lot of elbows.
Which
Like
I'll give you
like
that. He got away with an offensive foul a few
You know how
times a
many?
game for
Yo,
me.
half of them
like
got what? Most of the starters was getting foul trouble. They have 4 or 5 fouls
it's like
in
a
the
lot
first,
of shit.
second half.
It's like listen, bro. Like this is all I'm saying. If the refs would call a game the right way, Giannis wouldn't probably make it to the second quarter, bro. It's just a lot of bullshit. Like it's yo, bro. Like it would be three players there, and he would run into them recklessly and just
Then you
it
talking
was
about what offensive foul, charging foul?
bro. Like this is like what I'm saying, right? Like Boston, right? They don't even have the right defensive personnel, and they still stop Giannis at times. Like Giannis can be stopped. Like that's what I'm saying. Like he can be stopped. When you take away the paint, like it's all about coaching, bro. Like when you take away the paint from him, like he's done.
No, he's not done. He passed it out to his shooters.
Good point.
Yeah,
And the
he's gonna
Bucks
pass
have
that to the shooters. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a
Connaughton,
playmaker.
Holiday, Portis, Lopez,
Yeah,
Allen.
he passed it out to the shooters, but you can take him
I'm
out the
glad.
game.
No, you can't,
Yeah, I mean, I
I'm
cause
see
glad
what
no,
he's
that
no,
you
talking
no,
said
about. I
that.
no,
see what you're
No,
talking
because
about.
Giannis
he
can
passes
put his
out to
shot a
double
little
team.
bit.
He passed out to double team, and then they kill you by three.
And Giannis can put his shot a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit. He put his shot a little bit.
I
Yeah,
mean, I
Boston
would
shot
rather.
way more
Hey, yo,
threes than
are
the
you referring?
Bucks.
And they still
Are you
lost.
referring to the fact that?
Yeah.
Are you? Hey, yo, Hope. Are you
Huh?
referring to the fact that Giannis? Are you referring to the fact that Giannis gets bailed out a lot by his teammates and close out games? Is that what you're talking about?
I mean, I ain't even speak on that. That's a whole nother thing as well. Like like you can't be the best player if you can't finish. If you can't,
But that's what
like
Prince said earlier in terms of closing. Giannis is inconsistent in closing games.
yeah,
Which I
like he
agree with that. Giannis is streaky in closing.
because he
I agree
can't
with that.
close
True.
because like when it really matters,
Yeah, Prince
just
mentioned that
like
earlier.
just like James Harden, it's just like the James Harden
I don't
effect.
know about that. The man, the
Even
man, the
Steph
man,
Curry too. Even
the
James
man
Steph
Harden.
dropped
Curry
50
too.
points in a closeout game in the finals. So how's
Yeah,
that
bro, that's
streaky?
one game against the Phoenix Suns, and to me, the Phoenix Suns is really
In the
not good.
NBA finals when it mattered most and got the ring.
But
Yo,
you
Good
know what it
point.
is?
And don't
No,
forget,
Mike
the
is
game was
basically
close
saying he's
too, John.
inconsistent.
And also, the
Mike is
game was
saying
close too. Don't
Giannis
forget.
is inconsistent. That's what he's getting at.
The
He's
thing
not
is, like
consistent.
he still closed it out though.
You can't ignore, and the game was
Yeah,
close
I know.
too. Don't forget, if he
But
doesn't do that, they would have had game seven.
And Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday play like garbage in that game.
no, he's
bro,
basically
like
saying Giannis
Yeah,
is
but how many?
inconsistent. He's not
Yeah,
saying
that's
Giannis
only
can't
one
do it.
time,
yeah,
bro.
that's
Like
what I
that's
said.
only
Yeah, but how many times have those guys?
Game four, game three
what
at
you say,
41.
P? What you
Game three
said,
at
P?
41 too.
How many times? Hold on. How
Huh?
many times have those guys closed out games for Giannis compared to Giannis closing out games
That's
for them?
like that's what I'm saying.
That's is more on their side. Even this last game, if it wasn't
Yep,
for Drew Holiday, the
yep.
Milwaukee Bucks probably would have lost. That wasn't
Yeah,
Giannis
he
True,
missed
fault.
his second free throw. He missed his second free
true. I'll give
throw.
it that.
Yo,
True,
Yep.
true.
everybody
Good
was
point.
talking about it. Everybody,
But
multiple
listen,
channels said if he's not gonna make the free throws, he's not gonna make the free throws. It's
but
game
Drew
over.
Holiday had to do something. Drew Holiday was really bad on offense. He had to do something. He
He
had
think that
to.
real quick that he stole the ball in the end.
Who won the
Yeah,
game
because
tonight
his
against the
offense
Phoenix
was
Suns and
horrible
Mavericks?
that game.
Yeah, they could have lost. I watched the game. They could have lost because when
Who
They
won
Giannis
should
got
tonight?
have
to the
won.
free throw,
Who won
when he
tonight?
got to the free throw, everybody was like, "Oh, he's gonna miss the free throws." Even I say he's gonna miss the free throws.
Who won the
Because
game
Man,
he's never
tonight?
been a good
man,
free throw
all I
shooter.
know is Milwaukee's up 3-2. So coulda, woulda, shoulda, nada. They're up 3-2. That's all that matters. They're in the driver's seat.
They're
Yeah,
gonna
we
win
All
gotta
that
see
that
what.
series.
matters.
Yeah,
It's
they're playing
over. It's over
tomorrow.
for
Yeah,
Boston. It's
Friday.
over. It's over.
But it's not gonna be an easy game, G Money. I don't think it's gonna be an easy
Sure,
game against Boston.
I agree. I agree.
I
I never
agree.
said it was going to be easy. I agree with that. But I agree it will be hard. But do you really trust Boston in the fourth quarter consistently? I don't.
But they're gonna
It'll be
force Giannis
hard.
to get on the free throw though. They're gonna force
But be
Giannis to get to the
honest, the
free throw
Celtics are
line.
not shown to be they can be consistent in the fourth quarter. The Celtics shoot too many
Boston's
threes to
gonna
turn up the
force him
phone.
to shoot. and go on the
Man,
free throw line.
if the Celtics lose to this undermanned Milwaukee Bucks
It's
team,
embarrassing.
I'm going to destroy Kevin Durant. I'm going to destroy him.
Oh, dog, he already got 3 games over Boston. Kevin Durant didn't win 1 game with Kyrie Irving. It's just horrible.
And Giannis is gonna win the series.
Even if no, even
Without
if
Chris
the Bucks
Middleton,
okay,
without
listen,
Chris
even if the
Middleton.
Bucks lose, the fact is they won
Hmm.
3 games.
True.
And Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving couldn't win 1 game, and they're highly elite players in the game.
Right.
That's gonna be remembered. People's not gonna let this go.
That'll be disrespectful if you're Durant and Kyrie. Disrespectful. The fact that you got swept like that, and they were and don't forget the Nets were the favorite
Favorites,
to
yep,
win the
finals.
championship.
Yeah, it was
The
them
Nets
versus
were
the Lakers. It was Nets and Lakers in the
exactly.
finals. Yeah. The media, everybody's LeBron KD part 2, round 2, and all that.
That never happened.
One can't even make the play in, and the other one got swept. That's just hilarious.
Yo,
And
P.
let's be
Yup.
Yo, P.
What's up?
Hey, yo, P. What you think the Clippers gonna do next year?
Load
I
management.
don't know. I just
Yeah, Kawhi's not coming
it's
back. That's
tough.
what
We
I'm
gotta
hearing.
see their off
You've been
seasons. We
clowning
don't
Kawhi
know.
for mad long, talking about he ain't coming back.
Yo, can we see the free agency first? We don't know what they're gonna do. Let's see what they do in free agency.
Like right now, I think like if Kawhi and PG come back, I think they got the best team already. Like they got Norman Powell. You heard? They got Norman Powell, Terrence Mann. They got a good defensive team.
Yeah, that's the best LA team because the Lakers, we ready to see the Lakers ain't going nowhere.
True.
Lakers ain't gonna go nowhere. You really think they're
Yo,
gonna go
bro,
past Memphis, Suns, Golden
they made the
State?
playoffs. Like they
Nah,
made the
nah.
AC. Like they made the AC without PG and Kawhi, bro. So
And if it wasn't
There
for the
you
plane,
go.
they would have made the
Exactly.
playoffs.
like
They
if
should
you
have
add
made the
those
playoffs
two,
because of the dumb. Before you continue hoop fast, the Clippers would have made the playoffs if it wasn't for the dumb playing tournament. Yeah,
Yeah, the
nah,
playing tournament. Yeah,
nah. Like
you're
I'm not
right.
saying they made the playoffs, but they made the AC without PG and Kawhi. So
exactly. Yeah,
in
Embarrassing.
the
They were
West.
ripping up LeBron and Lakers for that. They were just like, look at this, the two
So
best
it's like if
starters.
you add PG and Kawhi to that formula, you
true.
can't tell me they're not gonna at least go to the finals.
Oh yeah, they have the potential to do it.
You can make a case. They probably do. You can make a
Like
case. Yeah.
you know, like you could at least say they would go to the finals.
You can make an argument with the Suns being inconsistent, the Warriors, to me, not as impressive as people think they are. With the Mavericks, I still question them a little bit. A fully healthy Clippers team would be dangerous, yeah.
You see, bro. That's why I was trying to tell you G Money last year about the Suns. I'm like, bro,
But last year, we would never get to know. Again, like what John said, I don't go off hypotheticals. I go about what happened. We were never. I mean, you can have your opinion, but I don't know who would have won. I don't know, but I don't go.
no,
I move
no, no,
past.
no, bro, nah, bro. Like I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, like I was telling you last year about the Suns, that I wasn't too sold on them because hey, I got to see more. Understand what I'm saying? Because
Yeah, I understand that part. That's
like they
true.
had dodged two big bullets last year.
I understand, but injury. I understand that. But like I said, I don't care because here's the thing:
No, I'm not saying.
injuries.
Look, no,
Like
look,
I
look at
said, I don't need.
G.
I don't need to. I don't need to listen to that. I hear you, but I don't need to listen to that because injuries have teams dodge bullet every
I'm
year.
not
Teams have
saying no, no. Wait. I'm not saying it like that. What I'm saying is we don't really know how good they were because they dodged those bullets. I'm not making excuses for nobody winning or losing, but what I'm saying is we ain't really see their full potential of yet because of those bullets was dodged. That's
But
what
at
I'm
the
saying.
same time, Chris Paul did miss 2 games. You can't again. You can't
No,
just
I
believe it. You
understand, bro. I don't think,
so don't tell me that type of stuff.
bro,
Don't
you
tell me
like
that type
you,
of stuff.
yo, P, you understand what I'm saying, right? I don't think he's fully understanding what I'm
I don't
saying.
need to understand that because I don't care. Because here's I don't need to listen to that because here's the thing.
Bro, forget it, bro. You forget it, bro. I understand, bro. Like you have an ignorant mentality. You're not
Uh,
comprehend. Like I
no,
understand
because
you
what
don't
you're telling me
comprehend
is
well.
irrelevant. What you're telling me is
I'm not
irrelevant.
having a conversation about who should have won or who should have lost. What I'm
Again, I
saying
don't care
is,
who dodged who. You still beat who's in front of you.
bro,
I don't care who dodged who.
yo,
I
P,
don't
you
care. Just
understand what I'm saying, right? We didn't get to see how we really didn't get to see their true potential because they didn't go through the fire yet. Understand what I'm saying, P? I'm not saying who should have won,
Yeah, I
who
got
should have
you.
I
lost.
disagree.
I'm
Sorry.
not saying that. We didn't really get to see like the same thing where everybody's questioning about Giannis last year. Yo, we ain't really get to see the full. Like you understand what I'm saying?
But
Like
People
yeah,
still
like
questioning Giannis right now, even though
your
he's still the
mic,
champion. People still questioning. I
like
know he got
yeah,
some
like
flaws in his game, but he's the champion
let's like I can
until he gets
understand.
like
dethroned.
that's all I'm saying. So I'm saying is I don't really know how good the Phoenix Suns was because like it wasn't a big enough test. You feel what I'm saying, P, to
I
determine
disagree, man.
if they official or not. You feel what I'm saying?
But Mike, I can't really agree with that. But for one simple thing, because the Phoenix Suns are getting tested right now.
Exactly. They're going
They're going
and
they're,
even
they're,
in
The
the
they're,
way they
first
they're going
played
round.
through a
today
test right
was
Even
now.
the
what the
first
hell are
round,
they
they were going six
doing?
games with the Pelicans. Even
Yeah,
the
they went
first round, the
and the Pelicans were a ninth seed.
eight at
Yeah.
ninth, they almost beat the
And that's what
Suns. They
I'm
almost
and
did.
that's what I'm saying, and that's going to
Okay.
show what I was trying to
Even
say.
they were tested last year. The Clippers still took the Suns 6 games. The Lakers still
Yeah,
took
but the
the
Clippers
Suns six
wasn't
games.
fully.
It
Yeah, but
doesn't matter, man. They pushed the Suns to six,
the
and if it
Clippers
wasn't for
wasn't.
an eight, listen to the facts. If it
That's not a
wasn't
good
for
enough.
eight,
Look. I
they
understand
were
that.
tested. That's a
Look. Listen, I understand what you're saying, but that's not a good enough test for me to think.
what,
Wait. Listen, bro. Can you let me finish, bro?
bro. I'm hearing you,
Bro,
but
can
how
you
can
let
I
me?
listen to that?
Bro, you
No,
just cut me off. You're not understand what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that's not a good enough test to make me go the next year that the Phoenix Suns will make the finals. That's all I'm saying. Because
I
last
just,
year,
I can't take respect that. I'm sorry, I can't because
that's
how
not
can
a
you
good
say
enough
that?
test.
But
Because
here's what you're not understanding. I think you can believe what you want, but it's disrespectful to think that because let me give you the facts, okay? Let's break let here the facts, okay? Let's break it down each round with the Suns, okay? First round against the Lakers. Yes, AD was injured, but Chris Paul had a shoulder injury. You can't ignore that. Then in the conference final, yes, Paul George and Kawhi were hurt. I understand. Well, really, Kawhi, I understand that, but Chris Paul still missed 2 games. Booker had a face injury, and Cam Johnson didn't play in Game 6. And no matter what you say, the fact of the matter is the Suns still went 6 games against that team. And if it wasn't for DeAndre Ayton getting a dunk in Game 2, the Clippers would have won 7 games, and who knows? So I don't
well,
need to listen to what you're talking about because the reality is that the Phoenix Suns were still tested last year. So I don't know what you're telling me. And I just give you a fact that the Suns had injuries too. Even in the finals, Chris Paul had a wrist injury,
He
Book
had
had a
shoulder
hamstring
injury.
injury, and Darius Starks torn his ACL. So I don't know what you're talking about.
yo, I bet. So when we judge the level of competition, we we go by all right. Who's what and what's what when they play against the best of the best. And both teams from both conferences, the East and West, that made it to the finals last year, didn't get a chance to play against the best of the best. I'm not saying, I'm not saying, oh, who should have won or this and that. What I'm saying is,
But
wait, bro. Like, what I'm saying is, I don't know how to fully judge them because I didn't see both teams play against the best of the best. So I don't know how good they really are. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, but what you're saying doesn't
Like,
is
you
not.
understand what I'm saying, P?
I, he can, but I don't because at the end
Huh?
of the day, you still. What can you do?
Like,
You still got to
But
go
basically,
out and
huh?
what
beat
because
who's
of
in
the
front of
injuries
you.
last year, they were
You
not
will
fully
never
at
get
their
to know.
best to see who could win.
Like you understand what I'm saying, P? Like that doesn't make me go, yo. All right, like next year, I gotta watch and see what. I gotta watch next year and see what happens again.
Because he's basically saying, without to take away the injuries, they're all fully healthy and they all go against one another to
We
see who's the
can't hear you,
best.
P. What you saying?
Yeah. Slim B in the chat say let Mike talk. So, guys, let's try not to yell over each other. Let's just let each other talk.
Yeah, like it's something
Can
called
you hear?
iron sharpens iron, right? Iron sharpens iron, right? But if you ain't,
Right.
bro. But if you ain't playing against the iron, then you're not sharpening your skills. So it's like we ain't get a chance to really see them play against the best of the best. So we don't really know how good they really are. I'm not saying they trash, but I don't know how good they really are. I gotta see it. And this year
Well, you
will
have the
show.
chance now. They still can get to the. They still have a chance now, right? You act.
Yeah,
They still have a
yeah,
chance to
yeah.
go far. So let's not overreact and see what they do in this year's playoffs.
I know that's what I said. I gotta see this year. See, that's real, bro.
By the end of the day,
Hey, yo, Hoop, are you
you
surprised?
still go out there and beat who's in
Hoop,
front
are
of
you
you. Simple as
surprised
that.
that? Hey, yo,
Huh?
Hoop, are you still surprised that Dallas is pushing the Suns to this limit though? Because I didn't suspect this. Did
Me
you?
neither. I thought 6 games at the most.
Me either. I thought the Suns
Nah, I
had it.
mean, I mean, like with Dallas, Dallas get a lot of calls. Luka get a lot of calls. So
True.
like you like, oh my god, that could go either fucking way. Like I
True.
seen him play against my Clippers, and it'd be a lot of fuckery and a lot of bullshit. So as long as Luka on the floor, he got the ball all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a big international player, so like they want to see him on the TV. So that's all I got to
Oh yeah.
say.
Hell
They
yeah.
want to see him, so anything can happen.
That's my point. So that's why I'm also telling John that the Warriors are in trouble. That's why I'm also telling John too.
Well, the Suns are in trouble too, because
Oh yeah,
Nah,
by far.
I say the Warriors are right now. They're in the driver's seat. They'll be in trouble if they lose. They lose tomorrow.
no, I could still see them win Game 7.
And if the
You
Phoenix
don't
Suns
you don't
lose,
know what can happen in Game 7 in
I don't
Memphis. You
know.
don't know what can
Grizzlies ain't
happen.
going down without a fight, man.
You don't know
Grizzlies
what can
look like they're
happen.
out
Ja
for
can have a
blood, man.
miraculous
I'm
comeback.
more worried about the Suns because we know CP3's history with 2-0 leads.
Good point. True.
He's won how many 2-0 leads? Like 4 or 5.
4-4.
Yeah, I'm more worried about the Suns.
That is true. I am worried about Phoenix. Again, I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I never said, "Oh, the Suns will have it easy." That's not what I said. I'm saying that I just assumed health, right, Pete? I just assumed health. They can go far. The Yes, the Mavericks have pushed the Suns. I'm not ignoring that. But what you guys don't understand is that they're doing this at home. We don't know what they're going to do on the road because on the road, Dallas hasn't duplicated that. You have to realize that, though.
Well, they haven't won on the road yet, but this
That's
might
my
be.
point.
Yeah, but all they gotta do is win one on the road.
But that's my point. But other than Luca, who do you trust consistently on the Mavericks to dominate on the road, other than Luca
I
Doncic?
mean, if they hit their threes like they've been doing, they'll win. It depends on how the
Man, you
role
know they
players.
love their threes, man.
But
If the
that's the
role
thing.
players,
But that's
They
not gonna
should
see
keep
them in every
winning.
game. That's not gonna save you every game. I'm sorry.
if
That's
the role
that's
players
my
step up,
point, John.
Look what happened with the Bucks. Boston and the Bucks. Boston thought them 3 points were gonna save them,
oh yeah, I was so
and
wrong
look what
about.
happened.
I was so wrong about the Celtics.
Same here. I was wrong too. Well,
I thought
Tatum and
without
all them
Middleton,
3-3-3-3.
I thought
What
without
happened?
Middleton, the Bucks would struggle.
The Bucks
now they're down
refused to go
3-2.
home. They refused to quit.
Chi-Town, you think it's over in Milwaukee? I think it is. You
It
It's tough.
depends.
See, yeah, tough series.
right? But Chi-Town, do you think Boston can win? I mean, they can, but do you think they're going to win in Milwaukee, Boston?
No, I think it's over. I think it's over.
Mm-hmm.
What's it called? They had they blew that game so badly. They were up 10 with like 14 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
And then they get the offensive rebound to let Bobby Portis hit the game winner. And then
Facts.
Yeah, and then next thing you know, they were down by 1, down by 2.
sorry about my voice. I have something in my throat. I'm not feeling well.
So good.
Oh, you okay? Take some
Hey,
medicine.
yo,
Take some rest, man. Take some
yeah.
noodle soup.
Or drink some tea, son.
Yeah.
You know what? The Celtics game took a toll on him, man. It's like, yo,
Word. And yo, this is one of the reasons why I say Giannis is the best player in the game. Despite all his flaws, he's still finding a way to get the job done and win games.
I know
And
people
that's
making.
what I don't understand what Hoofax was talking about. Oh, he barrels into people. I don't need to listen to that because here's the thing. Giannis, like you said, Prince, he can still dish. He can still rebound. He worked on his shot a little bit. He can hit the post fadeaway.
You
Yes,
know what? You know
Giannis.
what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Well,
John,
he's
John.
about to,
You
he's
know
about to
what
beat
it
the
is?
team
It's
that's
just
so
like with
shady.
the
Mm-hmm.
Shaq and Kobe argument back in the days. Shaq is not as skilled. Shaq can't really shoot. Shaq can't do
Right.
this. But he was dominant. Who's stopping Shaq?
Nobody.
You see what I'm saying? Shaq couldn't really do what Kobe was able to do, ball handling
True.
and skill
True. I agree.
wise.
I agree. True.
This is
True.
what the argument is with Giannis. You heard what he said? He don't got any moves. I don't know. I'm not
That is
feeling it.
disrespectful to say that. That was disrespectful to say that, though. How does he have no moves? We have the Euro step.
Who said
We
that?
can do the post fadeaway.
Who said that?
Who facts?
Man.
I mean, I like Who facts. Who facts is a good guy. He's a great person. I like Who facts. But what he said was
Wait,
moronic
who
and
does he?
disrespectful.
Who does he
Yo,
think is
this
the
ain't
best player
nothing
in the
new,
league?
G Money. A lot of people's been downplaying Giannis's how
Who
he
does he think
plays
is the best player in
basketball.
the league?
Dog, he's not the most skilled. We know he's not the most skilled.
Yeah, we
Nah,
know that, but he's still a great player. Who
he's a
facts
good
acting
player.
to be Giannis is a bum or something.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it's
They
close
didn't do
anymore.
this with Shaq. They didn't do this with Shaq. Everyone knew.
Uh,
Dudes gave Shaq respect.
Giant. He's about to talk. Sorry, Prince.
AK says Luca is the best player in the league. Do you guys agree?
This is, let's chill, man. Stop. Like, can you let him get to finals first and win a championship first before you say that, bro?
You see how the standards has changed over the generations,
Like,
Prince?
let's chill, man. Like, yes, I know they're pushing the Suns to the limit. And yes, Luca is a great player. I'm not denying his skill. But good grief, the dude's only won one playoff series. Like, let's see what he does in game 7. I can say that they lose game 7.
Giannis is the champion. I don't know where these people get this idea that
I have a
this one is
question
the better
for you
player.
guys. If Ja never got injured, do you think Grizzlies win the series?
You can make an argument. You can make it.
I think
It's
they
tough
won
to
Game
say.
4. I think they because they were up 10 in Game 4. I think
12.
with
They're
Ja,
up 12. 12.
I think with Ja they win that game.
I agree. I agree.
I think
It's
Warriors
tough
got
to
lucky
say.
this series. I
But
think
see,
Warriors.
all I gotta say with the Bucks,
It's tough to say.
Giannis, they better. I hope that Giannis better pray don't force him on the free throw line, because I know they're gonna force him to
Right.
shoot a lot, and he's gonna miss a lot of shots.
I agree
His
with
main
that.
thing
Good
is
point.
attacking the basket. They're gonna try to force him on the free throw line. And just like Prince says, when it comes to close the game, is Giannis gonna close the game?
That's hard because, like what Prince said, Giannis can be streaky in the fourth quarter when it comes to closing. Prince has a good point, though. I see where he's coming from. That's a
Then
good
the
point.
free
Yeah.
throws, and they could have
Mhm.
won
Drew
the.
Holiday was terrible in Game 5, and they still managed to win that.
That's
For the
true.
3 quarters.
Yeah, he was terrible.
True.
For the
True.
first
I
3
agree.
quarters, he was terrible for 3 quarters. I don't know how Celtics lost that game.
Because they don't rebound the
I
ball.
thought they won that
And
game
guys, you want to
myself.
hear this? Guys, you want to hear this? Listen. Want to hear this? The Bucks hit all 6 of the threes in the fourth quarter. What's crazy is that the Celtics did not attempt a 3 in the fourth quarter, but Milwaukee hit all 6 of their threes in the fourth and had 7 offensive rebounds for Milwaukee. In fact, that's 17 offensive rebounds in that game.
Yep, Giannis, his rebounds percentage is way high.
Facts. Giannis, Lopez at times, Portis. Boston. Again, I picked Boston to beat Milwaukee, so I was wrong there. But I did try to tell Chi-Town, don't overhype the Celtics, because I told people Tatum and Brown can be inconsistent. Boston is not a great rebounding team, and I said injuries can happen towards the Celtics. You see, Robert Williams is hurt. You see my point?
Now the reason why so many people put the
well,
Celtics so high
even-
because what they did to KD and Kyrie Irving. That's what
Well,
it
he
is.
didn't even play in the Brooklyn series that much. He played what, 1 game?
I think it was 1 or 2 games around that.
I think it was only he played Game 4 only. Robert Williams.
I think he also played game 3. I think he also played game 3 too. But I have to go to bed, guys. I gotta go somewhere in the morning. See you later, everybody.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Alright.
And they still making fun of freaking James Harden. Front screen eliminated. You see in the front, James Harden on ESPN.
You know how many
Sports.
shots he attempted in the second half?
The second half?
How much?
Second half, you know how many shots he took? He took 2 shots in the second half.
Yeah, they're showing it right now. I saw it.
That's just what you call shying away from the moment. He just didn't want it. He just waved the white
Yeah, they
flag.
show the freaking turnovers, multiple
No, he
turnovers.
quit.
James
He
Harden.
quit. He quit this.
Yeah, that's
He
a
just
flat out
quit.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah,
had a
the
history of
body
this.
language.
He
Body
had a
language
history of
says it
not
all.
showing
That's
up
a
in
quit.
elimination games.
Well, we've seen it many times, Prince. Right? All these top elite players of this era, once they start losing, they end up quitting or they fold up.
Yeah,
They're
Yeah,
pressure
but
like,
it's
you
builds
not
know
like
trust.
what?
You
this.
know how that.
This is not like a one-time thing. It's been happening like throughout history. He's been always choking every single year.
Of course, Houston Rockets, man. I told
Like
dudes
I
about
remember
James
last year,
Harden.
people were using his injury excuse, but I was telling people, is there any evidence to prove he would have played better, even if he wasn't injured? No.
Proof is there. Again, these guys are fully healthy. Him, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, they're back. No sworn knee, not a broken toe, not a
Hey, Prince, I
messed
have a
up
question. You think Joel Embiid's a superstar,
What's
right?
up?
You
Joel
think Joel
Embiid.
Embiid's a superstar?
Uh,
I don't know, man. With
I would say he's probably
he,
more of an all-star. He's more of an all-star.
Joel Embiid.
Even him too. He's
Yeah,
been in the
he's
league for 8
more of an
years,
all-star.
and I haven't seen him step up big in the playoffs. Like he's been good, but he hasn't been great in the playoffs.
You
Yeah,
use that word
8 years. Yeah.
superstar. Everybody's a superstar in today's league, and I don't like that because there's not too many superstars as much as you think. We're just using that word very loosely.
now
But like,
to me there's only like four superstars in the league.
Yeah, that's how it is for a lot of generations. But for some reason, everybody's called a superstar now, John. You know, you
hey,
saw
what they said
Draymond
about
Green.
James Harden,
Well,
most significant
did you
scorer
hear what?
possibly in NBA history. The way the media
Did
hyped
you hear
him
what
up.
Shaq said about Donovan Mitchell?
What?
He was
What?
talking about how he's not a great sorry, he's not a great player. He's only a good
What?
player. We haven't seen him step up.
Then he responded back to Shaq and say, "We'll lock up Shaq. We'll lock him
That
up."
was Rudy Gobert.
Hmm.
Cause these guys respond, man. Just like KD. KD will be right on social media, like, "What? Who lock who down?"
So I got a question for John. Out of the Warriors, Bucks, and Suns, who has the most to lose with these series, and who you going to be on the most?
I would say the one with the most to lose, honestly, would be the Phoenix Suns
Hmm.
because this is more of a legacy game for Chris Paul. It'll
Okay.
be another time where he's going on a playoff run and he can't get it done.
Well, this is his best chance
Because
to
of
win
his
it.
age too. With his age, if he's able to pull
Yeah,
it off,
If he doesn't win a
right.
championship this year, he'll never win.
Yeah, he'll
yeah,
never
because he's
win.
getting older. He's still gonna be 38.
This is probably the best team he's ever been on too. When you think about it, compared to the other teams he's been on, this is his
Yeah,
best
yep.
team. So this is his best chance to win.
But
He
I don't
could,
see him winning if he
Because the
be
thing is,
because if
next year teams are gonna get better. The Lakers are gonna get better. The Clippers are gonna get better.
well, right now, you
Brooklyn's
see
gonna
what's going on with the Lakers? They
nah the
talk about
Lakers
firing LeBron James. I don't know if I wasn't hearing things, but I think they said Phil Jackson, a whole bunch of people want to remove LeBron or something like that, or get Doc Rivers.
well, they're
There's a
gonna.
whole bunch of scandal going on with LA.
That's why I don't want to talk about it because it's just a bunch of rumors and Hollywood drama. I'm
Yeah,
Well, I
it's
heard you're
mad
trying.
drama going on with LA right now.
Well, I heard you're trying to get Zach
What
Levine.
what else is new? Yeah, what else is new?
Exactly.
No,
The
but
Lakers trying to pick up everybody. It's always drama. You
but
know,
my main
it's
point
just
is teams are
nonsense.
gonna get
Let's
better
not.
next year though, and
We'll see. I don't know about the
Right.
Lakers, man. I don't know about the
I think
Lakers.
it'll be better than this year.
I don't know.
I don't know
I
about
I
Yeah,
that.
already knew
Lakers
they were
will be
gonna
better.
fold up
If they get rid of
this
Westbrook
year.
and get like Zach Levine or something, this should be better.
Well, I don't know.
Because I heard
No,
Zach Levine's apparently a front runner for there.
Next thing you know, AD gets hurt again, and he's out for the entire season. Then he comes back for a couple of games. He's completely out for the rest of the year.
But my main point
Hey,
is,
speaking of AD, he was on the trade block for Kyrie Irving. The Brooklyn Nets wanted AD. They was going to give AD the Lakers Kyrie Irving during that little
Well,
miss. Go keep in mind, Kyrie
let's see,
Irving.
because Kevin Durant couldn't do it. Kevin Durant couldn't do it with Kyrie.
I mean, that's
not
another headache the Brooklyn Nets have.
um
They don't want Kyrie.
Kevin Durant botched that trade. He stopped it
Yeah,
from going down.
well, you heard
and
what
Sean
the GM
Sean
said
Marks
about
said that.
Kyrie, right?
Yeah, he said they building around KD and they go by what KD wants basically. So
What's it
it's
called?
KD.
Kyrie wants a max contract though, and if I'm the Nets, I'm not
Yeah, I
giving
don't
it
know
because
who's
he
gonna
what has he done to earn a max contract?
Yeah, he took a break. Had politics involved. He didn't want to come back. Couldn't play
And
games.
even Stephen A was saying too. What? How do you know he's gonna play next year? How do you know that something else isn't gonna come up with him next year? There's always
Yeah.
something that comes up with him every year.
Yeah, but he just got. That's the thing with him. He just got random stuff. Oh, my girlfriend wants to go to the Bahamas. I'm gonna stay there for a month. Sorry, I believe in this. I'm standing by this.
Yo,
You know what
Prince.
I'm
Yo,
saying?
Prince. Yo, Prince. Remember when Des Ron went on vacation during the playoffs? He went with Carbon
Yeah.
Electra in the hotel, and
Oh
Jordan went to
yeah.
go get him.
Jordan had to come down. Jordan had
Yeah,
to come
Jordan had to
down.
come down and get him out the hotel. She was half naked.
Hey,
You're like, yo, I don't know if Kevin Durant's gonna do that with Kyrie Irving. Gonna drag his ass.
I don't know. He's gonna have to do something because Kyrie Irving got 1 foot in basketball and 1 foot in other stuff. He's just
I
not there
think I
basketball
think he's
wise
gonna
all the
retire
time.
within the next 2 years.
Yeah.
In two
Yeah.
years, I think he's gonna retire.
Yeah, they're not gonna go till 40, man. Those days are over, man.
Well, wait. If he retires in 2 years, would you think he's gonna get involved in something else like politics, acting, or something?
Probably acting,
Well, he did
or
have the Uncle
Hollywood.
Drew movie.
Yeah. Okay. True that.
Well, like you
I
said,
don't know.
Giannis coming out with a movie and all of that. So
No, it's a
Yeah.
movie about
Giannis
him.
movie
He's
is
not.
on June 24th.
No, he's not in the
The
movie. It's
movie
a
is on
movie
June
about his
24th.
life.
Exactly. Somebody
yeah,
is playing
okay,
him in the
yeah.
movie. Yeah. But it's a good movie though. I mean, it looks like a good movie, so to speak. It's all
If
about
he
his
wins the
struggles.
championship, that comes out the same
Hey, are you
time.
guys watching that one Laker show with Magic Johnson? The what's it called? Winning Time.
That's pretty good, actually. It has good ratings
I heard
too.
about it. I didn't watch it.
I
I
actually
heard
watched a
about it.
Nah, I
couple of
don't watch it.
episodes, and it got a good. Yo, it has good ratings. That shit actually is boosting up the ratings. They were showing it.
Yeah, Magic Johnson said he's not even checking those shows out.
Jerry
He said he
West.
didn't want to
Because
watch
they
them.
changed a few stuff in it. They added a few stuff that didn't happen. Yeah,
Jerry West said he wants to sue them.
Oh,
yeah, because they added a whole bunch of stuff that didn't happen. That always happens.
mm.
But I enjoyed it. I liked
Like
it a couple episodes.
nobody a part of the Lakers franchise is like nobody a part of that franchise is even watching the show. They're all against it. Genie Bus, all of them.
That's crazy, right? And it's doing successful. It's doing successful. That's the crazy thing about it. It didn't even flop.
Because Jerry West wants to sue them because he doesn't feel like his character is being portrayed properly.
Of course, yo, we see it all the time. We're gonna make a documentary. We're gonna make a movie on Prince, man. We're gonna get an actor. Queens, New York. And Chris go like, yo, Jay, man, who the fuck is this actor, bro? He can't act for shit. Like, yo, my bad, Prince.
Yeah, man.
Talking about I was in the Bahamas and shit. I never was in the Bahamas. I was back at home, man.
Word.
Talking about I had an affair with some chick, some reporter or something that didn't happen.
Word. Yeah, so now that James Harden has choked, what's your status from him? He was labeled as a superstar. So
I already knew he was gonna choke.
Nobody label him as a superstar no more after series, right?
No, he's just a star. He's always been.
I think he's washed right now too.
I already knew he was gonna choke. Even if they pulled it off, they're not gonna win. They gotta
He's
go up
washed.
against what?
I think he's
Boston,
washed,
Bucks,
too.
whoever that's
He's
on
too
their
old.
way.
He's too old right now. He's not. I don't think he's in his prime anymore.
Hold on, how old is James Harden?
He's like 33, 32.
Oh, come on, man. He's still in your prime, bro. I ain't trying to hear it, bro. A lot of the
Bro, the way he's
all-time
playing,
greats
though.
was able to pull it off in their 30s, man. And these are the guys that they compare to all the other greats. These are
No,
these
the
are the
way he's
guys they
playing, though,
compare
he's
to.
not, and he doesn't have that. The way he plays in Houston and now is totally different. He doesn't have that same energy. If you watch the games, you could just tell he's not the same player.
He didn't do well in Houston either.
No, but he was still more explosive. He doesn't have that explosiveness anymore.
At 32 years old, really? Wow. Now I've never seen anything like
Another
this
thing,
before
too,
in the NBA.
he's out of shape.
But the funny thing is, they said the same thing about Kevin Durant. Now that the KD fans saw about Kevin Durant is getting old. I was like, really? He's in his early 30s. How old is he? Like, you
No,
told me
another thing with
old
James
man?
Harden too. He's too fat. He's out of shape.
This, does it
He's
all
about to
sound
part.
familiar? They should have said it about Shaq.
Yo,
Remember when Shaq was
and
getting out of shape and Kobe was getting at him, and him and Kobe got more into it, and Shaq
yo,
left?
age is only excuse when you start losing. Age is an excuse made
Prince,
for saying when you lose.
we've seen the greatest play at
That's all it is.
won the last championship at age 35, man. And made it to 9-time all
Yeah,
first defensive team.
yeah. And
Well,
yo, check this
now
out. Is Chris? Correct me if I'm wrong or not. Is Chris Middleton coming back if they get past Boston and
Yeah,
go
he
up
should.
against
He should,
Miami?
because his injury was a
Yeah,
3 week injury.
cause
well, I heard John Morant's coming back too. I heard Morant might
No,
come back
Ja's
too.
out for the whole season. Ja's out for the season.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
he's out. Yeah,
They talking about he might come back.
nah, that's a lie. He's not coming
Yeah,
back.
that had to be the media once again because they were
So what
talking about it
happened
just
though?
now.
What happened with that injury? Did it? It don't seem as bad when I watch it on slow mo. The guy just yanked
I
his
don't know.
leg a little
No,
bit.
no, no. He actually injured his knee colliding with Klay Thompson. It was a lie.
Oh,
To get Jordan Poole
okay.
suspended, it was a lie.
Oh, so there was
Morant
no
was
dirty play.
Morant was at the side bench. He was standing on his 2 feet the whole time cheering on when they were blowing
Yo,
out Golden State. He looked fine to me.
everybody in Memphis,
I
everybody
don't
in
know,
Memphis,
man.
from the GM to the coach, was saying that Jordan Poole is dirty. He yanked the guy's leg. He
No, you know why they're doing it, right? Because Dylan Brooks got suspended, and Steve Kerr was saying how they broke the code and all that. So the Grizzlies have a problem with that. So they're like, I think they're trying to deflect because the Warriors accused their player of being dirty, and now they're gonna do the same.
right.
It's
No, and
more of a
also and
retaliation thing.
also when John Morant was on the court in Game 3, they got blown out by a record margin. They were embarrassed, so they used that as an
Yeah,
excuse.
Yeah. You know that was
Well,
coming.
I hope his career doesn't end up like Derrick Rose,
yeah.
because
It
him
plays
and D
very
Rose get a
well.
lot of comparisons.
Yeah, because
You
they're
know they were
back to
gonna use
back.
that as an excuse. Really know they were gonna use that as an excuse.
Yeah. Yo,
No,
Milwaukee going to the finals. They get past the Boston Celtics. They going to the finals. They gonna beat Miami. I got them beating Miami. They going to the finals, and that'd be on Giannis the two P.
well, what's it called? You got your curves in Miami though. The way they're playing with a lot of intensity.
Oh
But
yeah,
they
yeah,
got
no
no
question.
answer. They got no answer for Giannis though.
Yeah,
No, they defend Giannis better than any team in the league. If you look at his stats, the last 2 times they played, Giannis' stats were not good. It was mainly Middleton that was carrying the team.
So they slowed down Giannis. That's what you're saying.
No, I said they defend Giannis better than any team in the league.
Wow.
Because you look at the stats, the last 2 times they played, his efficiency was terrible, and Middleton had to carry the
mm.
series.
So Butler were not able to stop Giannis, so we go in the finals.
All right. So yo, check this out though. This brings me back to what Hoop Facts was saying. Then, are are we a little crazy for saying Giannis is the best? Then I mean, like, you know,
He's
if
the
we just
champion. What is he? How
He's
is
a
he not the
champ.
best?
He's the best in the world.
He's not even
right,
dethroned. They talk about he's not the. They questioning everything. Is what he has to do a pump fake. He's have to hang in the air like Michael Jordan with his tongue hanging out to prove he's better than everyone. Like, I
but
don't get it.
Who said that the NBA is in trouble if Giannis is the best player in the league?
Wait, who does Hoop think is the best
That
player in the
was
league?
Mike. That was Mike.
Yeah, that's
That
Hoop
was Mike
Facts.
that said
Not,
that.
yeah,
Wait, who
go
does
to
he
Hoop
think is
Facts.
the
He's
best player in the league?
on the
He say not even sure. He just know
They
that Giannis doesn't have the moves. He's not as skilled. That's what he was
I mean,
getting at.
someone has to be the best.
Giannis
He's
is the
the
best player in the
champion.
world.
How is he not the
It
best?
gotta be Giannis.
I don't
It gotta be
understand.
Giannis.
Because I think he's better than
And like I
KD,
was saying,
and we've seen that this
Way
playoffs.
yeah.
better.
He just proved it. How much proof does the people need?
Well,
Even
I mean,
if they
KD couldn't.
lose, the fact is they got wins off of Boston.
KD got swept by this
well, yo,
team.
John, check this out. He's not the most skilled player in the NBA, but he still finds a way to leave his imprint on a game and win games. He has to be the best player in the game, you
It's
know,
the
Of
same
course.
thing with
whatever he,
Shaq and
he
Kobe back
uses
in the
what he
days. The
has,
same arguments.
So if he's not the best player in the game, I don't know who else is. It got to be Giannis, you know.
I
Because
mean, the
he's
only
not
other
as skilled.
The only
That's
person
the
that has an argument is maybe Embiid or Jokic. That's about it. And I don't think they're
Not Embiid.
no
Hold on,
argument. I
Jokic
said they
don't
have an
even deserve to
argument.
be. Well, hold on. As you said, Jokic, don't even put his name in that same sentence.
Well,
I don't
I
even
think
want to
he's
hear
better
much
than
about
Embiid.
what
I
Jokic
think
is.
Jokic is better than Embiid though. Because at least with Jokic, he doesn't have to rely on Ben Simmons to get him buckets.
Well, Ben Simmons wasn't playing for most of that season either. One thing for sure, he don't deserve to be MVP this season. I know that. Rather you think Jokic is better or not, he don't deserve to be MVP. And I don't care about those advanced metrics. You could go kick dirt with those advanced metrics. You know, yeah, Embiid had a better season. He led his team to a higher seed. He deserved to be MVP.
God
Yeah, but
damn, Harden have 11 points, 4 and 9 field goal, 4 turnovers.
I
God
think Jokic is
damn,
a way better
look at
teammate too. I
Harden.
think he makes his teammates better compared to Embiid. Embiid doesn't make his teammates better.
I mean, you could make that case, but that still don't mean if he makes his teammates better, then there should be a higher seed. Then won't you make him
I mean,
a
they
better
avoided a
team to be
play-in.
a
He
higher
didn't have
seed?
his two best teammates,
It
and
don't
he
matter. It's still the sixth seed.
No,
and
no,
it's not
man,
like
man, it does matter though. He didn't have his first and second options with him for
and
the
it,
whole
they're
season.
only like two
Okay,
games
but
behind though.
Yep, just
hold
like the
on. We have
Clippers.
seen.
Same thing with the
Hold on.
Clippers.
We have seen
Kawhi.
more. We have seen superstars do more with less. That
Nah,
put their team
Wait,
first,
Embiid
second,
only
nah,
second, and
I
third.
never seen
Embiid
Michael
only won
Jordan
3 more games though.
go.
You can't do it
I
based
never
off.
seen Michael Jordan carry his
Yeah,
team
but
without his first and second
three
option.
game difference is not
No,
gonna
I'm
cut
not
it for
talking
me.
about that. I said we've seen other superstars. It's not about Jordan. I seen LeBron do it with the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah,
Man,
No, but
Kyrie and Kevin Love.
Prince,
Kyrie and
Prince,
Kevin Love.
LeBron is an anomaly.
Prince.
He did it with Kyrie and freaking
I'm talking about. I'm talking about the first two MVPs. All right. If you're the MVP, you should not be an MVP on a team
but KD
that's
and
not even
LeBron went to the
competing
two
out the first
went to
round.
Miami and Golden State to get those championships.
A
But it's a
six.
regular
As a matter
season
of fact,
award.
if you're gonna give
Yeah.
exactly, but the sixth seed is part of being in the regular season. As 6, 7, and 8 don't
Yeah,
get
but it was
voted
only a
unless you're
three
doing
game
something.
difference. It was three
Hold on.
games.
Unless you're doing something historic, you don't deserve to be
He's
MVP
Jokic was the
if
first
you're on
player.
the 6, 7, and 8. Those are advanced metrics. Did Joker average like 50? Is he averaging a triple double? Did he did something that's so groundbreaking that we all have to acknowledge? No. He averaged 27 points with 13 rebounds. Joe Embiid averaged
Yeah,
30
he didn't
points
impact the
with 11
game in terms
rebounds.
of winning,
Yeah, but
constantly winning.
Jokic
And
became
he
the first
impacted
player.
the game and he won.
Jokic
I
became the
don't care
first
about
player
none
to
of those
score
advanced
2,000
metrics.
points,
I
100
don't care about
rebounds, and
those
500
shoot
assists
shootings.
in a season.
Yep.
It don't mean nothing.
There you
It don't
go.
mean nothing. It's just a number. It's just a number. Somebody else could come along and break that same record.
Yeah, he made no stats. The people was gonna bring up stats. When it comes to
Don't
playoffs
nobody
and finals, they end up either choking or they get folded up. Or they just
those
with
not even
turnovers,
traditional
all of
stats.
that.
And Jay, what's so funny? Those not even traditional stats. Those are just advanced metrics. Those are just spinning on it.
Listen, Giannis broke one
No,
of
no,
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's records, career points.
no.
Nobody's amplifying that shit.
Jokic is the first
Giannis is
player.
another dude that should have been MVP too.
No, what's it called? Jokic is the first player in NBA history to score 2,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, and 500 assists. That was never done before.
It's just a record. It's just a
Okay, but
record.
how
Everybody
much do course for winning?
But the regular season award, it's not a playoff award.
Same thing with
Yes,
Steph
it's
Curry
a
got
regular
what
season
500
award.
threes or something like
Look,
that record he
I'm
just
glad he
got.
said that. I'm glad he said that. He's still a six seed.
But
Six
it's a
seeds aren't
three-game
going to get
difference.
out the first round.
It's a 3-game difference.
When
It's
it,
not like
it
Embiid won
doesn't matter.
60
He's still a
games.
six seed. He's still a six seed though, bro. He should have been giving it to somebody higher. The fact that you don't even acknowledge that dudes that first, second seed, you're not even pitting them for MVP, and they got superstars on here. That's ridiculous, man. What happened to the point of winning? Your team has to be winning too. And six seed, fine. You made it six seed without your second best player or whatever. You get a pat on the back. If you're gonna give
Record's always
every
gonna get broken. If you're not winning, people is not gonna be talking about you.
Zach,
The
give
most of
Joker
the
the
NBA
lower
fans gonna be talking about if you're not winning.
Zach, give Joker the lower seed MVP. Let's make a new MVP then. Let's
Okay,
give
but it'd be
Steph Curry
MVP
just
for
broke a
guys
record,
that
500
go six
point
seed.
threes with the 500 number for the 3-pointers.
no. It'd be one
Yeah.
thing if Jokic won like 65 games No, if Embiid won 65 games and then Jokic won like 45, but it was only a 3 game swing though. It's not like it was a 20 game difference. Then I'd agree with you, but 3 game difference doesn't cut it for me.
It's a 3 game difference in terms of them playing. Are you talking about that? Or are you
No,
talking
I'm
about
talking
that
about
record?
Embiid won 51 games, Jokic won 48 games.
Right.
It would be different if Embiid won 66 and then Jokic won 48.
It's still more games and he had a higher seed, bro. I mean that's all that matters. He had a better season. All right. Those advanced metrics don't mean jack shit. I don't care if he scored 3,000 points in 1 year. It's the same thing with LeBron James. I don't care if you broke somebody's record for a regular season.
Yo,
That means
Giannis just
nothing.
broke one of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's record this year, and nobody's
Yeah,
talking about it, his career points, because it's
all
Giannis.
that
Remember, a lot of people don't like Giannis.
all that means is Giannis played on the Milwaukee Bucks longer, and he broke um, Kareem's scoring record for the franchise. Big
He
deal.
broke one
Somebody
of
else did it.
Kareem's record, career points.
Yes, it's a record. It's not an
Yeah,
individual accolade. That's what I'm talking about.
yeah, yeah.
Accolades, I value accolades more than somebody breaking a record. That's like you going to work 365 days, and I go to work 360 days. That don't mean you better just because you went to work more days than me. You went to work 5 more days. What we do? Like, come on, man. That is just a record. Records are made to be broken. One day somebody's gonna break Kareem record. It may be LeBron. Then somebody gonna come along and break LeBron's
Well,
scoring
I'm not
record.
talking about that.
You
I'm
know,
talking about for like MVP though, the MVP award. MVP award is based on records.
MVP,
Yeah, Jordan got
MVP.
six
Hey,
finals, the most finals MVPs in NBA history.
no, I'm not talking about MVPs. It comes down to two things mainly: your team success with winning, and your individual dominance. Those have to go two hand in hand together. Six seed is never going to be a true MVP candidate because you got five other teams that deserve it more, and in his own conference, five other teams. The problem with the NBA is you guys gave a guy an award on base advanced metrics. You didn't give him based on winning. When is winning not the
Yeah, but the
criteria
other MVP
for being
candidates didn't win
the
that many
MVP?
games though. Embiid only won 51 games. That's not impressive at all. Either 51 games.
Giannis won more games too. It's still more impressive. They still won more though, bro, and it's still a higher seed. And you're not even talking about his own division. There's five other teams that ranked higher than him in his own division.
No, but the two
The
other
problem
MVP
is
candidates.
you just give. That's the problem with the NBA. Some of these guys aren't even supposed to be MVP candidates. Some of these guys on higher seeds
Yeah, it's
supposed
like
to be
saying James Harden's
MVP.
MVP caliber.
Yeah,
James Harden, right? MVP. He just scored
James Harden
11
did what?
points.
James, hold on. James Harden did had an MVP season though, when he was playing with. He got robbed, and the only reason why they gave Russell
No,
Westbrook an
but like I said, I
MVP
would agree
is
with you
because he
if
averaged
if
he
if
averaged
the
a triple
Bucks.
double. You know, and I held on for a minute. If the Joker averaged 50 points per game, he did something like I never seen before. He did like something that's undeniable,
Yeah, he did
true
something you've
dominance.
never seen
Like
before.
know that's just a
He
record.
had
That's an
2,000
advanced
points,
metric, right?
10,000 rebounds, 500 assists. That's never been done before.
Okay, that's just a record. I said an individual accolade that actually stands out. If he was averaging 50, something like hasn't been done since Wilt Chamberlain was doing it. That's a different story. If he averaged a triple double, that's how Russell Westbrook got it because no other player was doing. No
Yeah,
other player did that.
but those triple
In the more generation.
but even then those
Even
triple
though the
doubles.
triple double, I understand. I know they some of them are stat padded, but he still got it. Okay, it's a triple double, and it was
But
highly valued.
but your
And it's on a
argument.
record.
Okay,
You know
but
what I'm
triple
saying?
double is a record too.
Yeah, like LeBron. LeBron has so many triple doubles. But he has a
Yes,
crazy
I
losing
understand.
record.
Uh-uh.
And he doesn't
Triple
play
doubles also
defense.
triple doubles is also an individual accolade when you do it for a whole entire season, like Oscar Robertson. That's one of the reasons why he got what he got, is because most people associate Oscar Robertson with what? The triple double, right? Because he did it for a whole entire season. So the next guy to come and do that, he was going to get an MVP regardless, because it's something as big as averaging an MVP, as averaging a
Well,
triple
he
double.
averaged a triple
If
double
Joker
last
had
year
50,
too.
yeah, I know it got sour at that point because he already did it. I didn't say he was going to get it every single year, but the first year he did it. Of course, he was going to get that because it's 1 year that he did that. He already broke that mold. If the Joker was averaging 50 points a game and there was a 6 seed, I wouldn't have a problem with it. I said the guy was dropping 50 a game. It's something that really stands out. But you telling me a guy got 2,000 points, that don't stand out. That don't stand out to most people. Most people don't even give a crap
Because
about
he's
that.
not dominant. He's not in terms of him dominating everybody, stopping both ends of the court, offense and defense.
But
Yeah,
most
I
people
got
not giving a crap.
I just gotta say one thing like about that Steph
What's
Curry
up?
record. For the playoffs,
Yeah,
he
the
was
500. Yeah,
no going into the playoffs, he had 473 points. He was already at the top. He was already number one. So when he reached to the
That,
second round and he dropped those threes, he just set a new record.
500. Yeah,
Yeah, which is his own record. He didn't break any records. He just set a new record
yeah, Sunil
on
record.
top
Yeah,
of the record he already set. So I just want to make that clear.
yeah, yeah. Of course. And guess what? You got Steph Curry fans will tell you, man, the best player in the world, man. You know that, John. They tell you the
All
best
I'm
player in the
saying is,
world.
if I have to pick, if I'm starting a franchise and I
you're
have to
basically
draft a
telling
player, I'd draft
you
Jokic because, like
basically
I said,
telling me, yeah, he's a good player. You're basically telling me though he deserves to get MVP because of advanced metrics. That
but
don't
to
work for
me,
me.
no one else
You know,
stood out that big though. Because it would be if Giannis won
yes they
66
did.
games,
That's the thing. Yes they did. Embiid stood out. Embiid had a better season.
but that three
Giannis had a better
games,
season. It don't
that's
matter. He still had a better season overall. The Joker did not have a better season than Joe Embiid. Joe Embiid was killing cats all
You
through the
basically
regular
tell he's
season.
talking about who
Because
dominated, who mostly
but
dominated.
Joel Embiid still had Harden. How come he still had
Joe
Harden and
Embiid had Harden for the later. He had Harden for the later half. He had to deal with that whole Ben Simmons drama carrying that team.
Well,
So it's
Jens
not like
Ben
he didn't
says
have
they're
a good
ripping
season.
Ben Simmons for a month
on
now.
top of that,
Yeah,
there's another thing too. Jokic does
dealing with that fake All-Star Ben Simmons.
They ripping him for the entire month, all over Sports Channel.
another thing too.
Yeah, man.
Jokic himself says he didn't even care about the MVP. He wants to win a championship. Embiid, to me, Embiid wants the
That's
MVP,
good.
not the championship.
I'm glad that he said that. I'm absolutely glad that he
Embiid
said that. But
with Embiid,
let, let's diffuse some things though. The Joker ain't a superstar. That's one. Number two, the Joker ain't a top five player in the game. All right. So those two narratives, just because you gave him back-to-back MVPs. Now the first one, okay, I get. But the second one, no. He don't deserve that second MVP. That's just as fraudulent as Steve Nash was getting those MVPs when Shaq was sitting there crying about it. So this just there's always some situations, man. He deserved the first MVP. I give the Joker that. The second one, no, not off of advanced metrics. No, I'm sorry. No, even if there is, at the end of the day, I'm not going to give MVP to a guy that's not even presumed to get out the first round. Usually, when you give an MVP, oh, this guy's MVP, he's going to go to the conference finals. He's going to go to the finals. This is his year. He's
no,
taking it
not
to
with
the top.
Westbrook though.
Even if it don't happen,
Westbrook, we knew he
yeah,
wasn't getting
even
out
if
of the first round.
yeah, gave that to him because he averaged or accolade type because it's something that completely stands out. That's I was just to say if the Joker averaged like 50, let's say the Joker averaged 50, 10, and 10 for the whole season, then I'd be like, holy shit, just give it to him because it's too much of an individual dominance thing. He may be called the best player in the game if you give him if he averaging 50, 10, and 10. Think about it. That's something that completely stands out. So it is what it is on in those circumstances. But usually guys that win an MVP, they got higher seed teams and their player is performing great. You know,
It's based on who
so
dominated, who stopped who mostly dominated.
yeah, So I'm not
Both
saying the
ends of the
Joker's a
court.
star.
All these guys do not consistently play both ends of the court. It's either the offense
Yeah, I'm
or
not
they
saying
had
the
their
Joker.
help.
The Joker is a better. There's some things the Joker do better than Embiid, but he didn't have a better season. Just because you're the better player, don't mean you deserve MVP all the time. If that was the case, Jordan should have got MVP every single year. LeBron should have got MVP a couple of years. It don't go by that all the time. You're going by who has the best individual season with the best team success, and it was Embiid and Giannis Antetokounmpo. You could go at either
Yeah,
or.
but like I
You know.
said, that's not even. It was 51 games. It's not like they won like six. Because when LeBron won his first two MVPs, They gave it to
Was it
I
the
that
don't
night? It was the
consider. He
night.
went to Miami, bro. I still don't respect that. I like the LeBron when he
You
was
got
in
to
no.
Cleveland.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about his first two MVPs he won.
you also have to understand in fact that this is a different regular season. Don't we got the play-in tournament? We got all this other stuff going on, all this added stuff to the regular season. So a lot of teams aren't going to be winning 60 games that much no more. I mean,
No, but
only
even when
one or
like
two
guys like LeBron, D
teams are
Rose
going to
won
be
it,
doing that. So
they were winning
that's
like
how it's
60
irrelevant.
games. It's not
Yeah.
like anyone.
Yes, and they were the number one seed. They were the number one seed with individual dominance. So you should always give it to a team
With
with the
Miami,
higher seed
Wade and
team.
Chris Bosh and
No,
Ray
no, I'm not
Allen.
talking about that. I'm talking about Cleveland. I'm talking about Cleveland, not
Oh
Miami.
yeah, yeah, Kyrie and all of that.
No.
Kyrie.
His first in 29 and 2010.
Oh, this is before Kyrie. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the MVP he won.
Oh,
He,
okay, yeah, yeah.
he won 66 and
And the NBA
61.
was a little bit, and even then, that you're talking about a complete different
Okay, but
league
the Suns won
compared to
64
now.
games this year. The Suns won
You
64
got
this
some,
year.
you got uh, exactly. I just said a lot of teams won't win 60 games no more. You may have one or two teams that do it, and
Yeah, they're
the
not
fact
gonna
that they
pull
won
that
60
like
some
that.
games and you
60
don't give them
games.
no acknowledgement, that's a slap. Yeah, that's a slap in the face because you don't even let Devin Booker or anybody from the team get some form of acknowledgement. They even didn't let those guys be mostly for all stars for the Christ's sake. But you're gonna pick all these other dudes to be all stars over a team that's having the best record in the Western Conference. Come on, man. Something's
Yeah,
really wrong with the
exactly.
way they voting. If
Six seed. Oh, he
even
gets the
John Morant
MVP,
was
even though this one got 65 wins.
No, no one's
yeah, even
won.
John Morant was like, "Hey, the system's kind of flawed." John Morant said the MVP system is kind of flawed. You know, he's right. I mean, there's something really wrong with the way we
Well,
perceive
unless I know
games.
if I'm in the AC, I can win the MVP.
Well, Anna, if I'm
Yeah,
starting
like
a team, if I'm starting a franchise, I take.
give him a pat on the back. I mean, you're going to give the AFC the MVP. I won't be surprised we won't see that. You're going to give a guy on the AFC the MVP or what? That's going to happen soon. That's going to happen soon. I'm going to have a trip when that happens.
I've never seen that before in my life in the NBA, bro.
And
That's crazy.
we
You
all
won't
know
be
AFC.
interesting though, because Jokic might get his two best players back. If they become first seed next year, he wins 60 games. He could win MVP again.
If that's the case, then and he's dominant and he's punting up his numbers and they come number one seed, he should be in the race. Yes, I give him that. You know. Zach said Kendrick Lamar's new album is next level shit. I gotta listen to it. I didn't heard it yet, so don't ruin it for me. You know, I got some quotes I gotta talk about when it comes to Kendrick Lamar too, man. But I gotta see. He been away from the game for a long time. But I listen to it, Zach. Don't ruin it for me. Don't tell me the good songs or whatever. Like
Like Kendrick and J. Cole have that luxury to like step away from the game for a few years and come back and drop heat.
Yeah, because
Unlike,
not
unlike,
everybody
unlike
could do that. Yeah, not
yeah,
everybody could
not,
do
not-
that.
yeah, Drake can't do that.
That scene of like, man, that shit
yeah,
was weak.
you know.
We had 1, 2 tracks. Yeah, I know. A lot of dudes can't do that, man.
But Zach, is this a per hip hop album or is he doing some singing on here? Because
Nah,
I'm a
I
type
don't
of
think
person.
he's
I want him to
singing.
come back.
But I've
I
heard he's
want him
not
to come
singing.
back and just do per hip hop album. I want this to be a 100% hip hop. You know,
So
not too
can't throw
many
some
samples
Rick
on it.
James Prince, man? Come on, man.
Nah. I already see him do all that already. I just want to come back and sing. You know,
The
give me some of that
OJs.
good kid, Mad City. Yeah, I want some of that. Give me that good kid, Mad City. You give me some of that flavor again.
Yo, too much pop for
This was
Prince,
a
man.
guy
Too
that's
much pop
projected to be the
music,
Hey
best.
man.
Prince, let me ask you a question. Who do you think is the better player though, Jokic or Embiid? Who do
Yeah,
you think is better?
better. Hmm,
If you're starting a
better
franchise, who would you
player.
take?
If I'm
Joker.
starting a franchise, I'll probably go with the Joker.
Yo,
Okay.
I'll probably go with the Joker.
figures.
He's a better all around player. But there's some things about Embiid that I do like better. You know,
I think
so
Embiid's
it,
more
it, it, it
dominant.
goes both ways though, man. But all I'm saying is Embiid had a better season and he deserves to be an MVP. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he's a better player. The MVP is not about being the best player all the time. It's just about who's having the best season and why you're winning on a higher seed. We can't ignore higher seed teams. What next? We're gonna give an eighth seed MVP?
That's
You know what I
crazy. They
mean?
changed the whole system. Just did a 360-degree angle, man, with that.
Yeah, man.
Well, what's it called? They gave Kareem MVP when he missed the playoffs.
You talking about Kareem?
Yeah,
LA
in the
Kareem?
70s, he missed the playoffs and he still won MVP.
Man,
Like that's crazy. How
when
do you
it
miss the
comes to
playoffs and win MVP?
Kareem 19, he took it way back.
bro, when you talking about 50s, 60s, and 70s, you might as well be talking about a different NBA. I mean,
The
they were
era, you hear
so
that,
different.
Prince, man? I don't even
No,
remember
but
Yeah,
how do you
that
that's
win?
like
Kareem didn't get MVP while he was hurt.
that's like
No,
Renaissance. I always tell people that's Renaissance. And you know what I find funny? People love bringing up Bill Russell's name to try to downgrade Michael Jordan or rather it's LeBron James, as if you really believe in that. You don't even believe in Bill Russell being a GOAT yourself, but yet you're sitting here capping for Bill Russell, trying to make false
11
narratives about him.
championships, and
you
he
know who
has
else
5
they kept?
MVPs. He has multiple MVPs.
They kept big time for Scottie Pippen. They act like he's some super. Scottie
Oh yeah,
Pippen
they
was
do the
not a
same name for
superstar.
Scottie Pippen.
Scottie
Exactly.
Pippen was
You
not
know,
a superstar,
it's
bro. He was a role player.
yeah, I know.
I'm trying to tell people that.
You remember how much Scottie Pippen averaged a game? Remember how much he averaged?
They think Scotty was one B
Not,
to
I
Michael's
would say
one
I
A.
would go as far to say Scottie Pippen was an all star, but he definitely was not a superstar. You know,
You know
Prince, he
what?
a
had
lot of
so
people
many
just want to.
opportunities to take over the league when Jordan wasn't
They
around,
act
and
like
he
Could have been a.
Scotty.
folded. Point blank, period.
They act like
Scottie
Scottie
Pippen
Pippen was one B
could have
to
been
Michael's one A.
And
a
then after he
borderline.
retired, after MJ retired, he still couldn't do it. When he
Oh
played with
yeah, that's
Charles
definitely not
Barkley,
the case.
Elijah, then they were like, oh, he was too old.
Hey, yeah,
No, he was
Shy Town. This
complaining that
definitely
that
not a
style didn't fit
Kobe and
his
Shaq
game because
situation.
he was so used to playing in Phil Jackson's system. He was complaining, "Oh, I want a Phil Jackson type system."
Right.
You talking about the triangle offense?
No, when he was with the Rockets, he was complaining about he didn't like their coaching style.
You have to be a certain coach. Remember what MJ said,
Mm,
Phil Jackson leaving, I'm leaving. So
I think
it's a certain
Phil
coach.
Jackson coddled Pippen too.
right. But Shy Town, Shy Town. Put it this way: Jordan did more for Scottie Pippen than Scottie Pippen did for Jordan. You know, you can. I don't even know if Scottie Pippen would have been a multiple time All Star. He probably been an All Star one or
He
two
only
times
averaged
without
what
Well,
Jordan.
what's
20
called
something
Jordan
points
gave
a
him
he
that
shouldn't
game.
have made
championship.
the 50th anniversary over Dominique Wilkins in the 1997, the 50 when
Oh,
they did the
yo,
50-year
Dominique
anniversary.
Wilkins. Ooh, yo, Dominique Wilkins. Yo, Dominique Wilkins used to cook Scottie Pippen. He used
He
to
was a
cook Scotty.
beast.
Watch those games, man.
Go
Yeah,
watch
he
it
was
on
a
Honestly,
beast.
if
YouTube.
we're
It's
talking
fine.
about peak, if we're just talking about peak, I don't think he was better than Grant Hill.
Yeah, go tell Sky Pippen that Shy Town. You see Sky
I
Pippen
think
go put his boy.
Grant Hill in his prime was better than
Sky
Scottie
Pippen
Pippen.
is sensitive, man. He's just like KD, man.
I think
Scottie
Scottie
Pippen just
Pippen.
want more credit than he deserves.
I think
We
Scottie
gave
Pippen might
Scottie
be the
Pippen
most
credit he
overrated player of
deserves.
all
Scottie
time.
Pippen.
Well, good luck trying to prove that Shy Town
Scottie
to
Pippen.
most of the NBA. Well,
I could
depending who
name
you're talking to, because they say without Sky Pippen, Jordan wouldn't win.
Grant Hill in his prime was better than Scottie Pippen. Do you agree?
Yeah, but Scott Pippen was a
Yes.
great player. I'm not gonna degrade his skills. He was really good, but
No,
compared
no,
to
yo,
other
but Grant
players,
Hill. Hold on for a minute. Grant Hill was presumed to be in the next face of the NBA. Scottie Pippen never was going to be that. Grant
Yeah.
Hill was a franchise
yeah,
player.
true. We all know that.
Grant Hill before the injuries was on pace to become like a top five player, you know,
Yeah, Scott Pippen
in
had
the
an
league or
opportunity
probably,
and he basically
but he
failed.
was
We all
definitely better
know.
than
Yo, I'm about to head out now. It's getting late.
yeah.
So
Scottie
nice
Pippen was
talking to you
never a
guys.
franchise player. Let's just get that.
He had the migraine. We all
Oh yeah,
remember
yo,
the
we about to get out of
migraine.
here too. Anyway,
He didn't want to come back to the game. He complained
yeah.
about the migraine and
Well, hey, yo, John, we out of here. Jay, we
All
about
right,
to be
later.
up out of here, man. It's getting blistering hot over in the
it was
Philippines.
like 100
Word.
degrees over there, man. You roasted? Where's your umbrella, man?
Bro, I'm roasting. Bro, I'm roasting. This iPad is like about to shut down because this iPad is like on fire. That's how hot it is.
Oh
I'm
man.
not even in the sun, but the iPad is roasting.
Oh man, Prince,
Bro,
that shit's
you
about
would
to
think I
melt
was
on you,
like
bro.
this. Word, yo, bro, this weather could compete with Africa. You know, the Philippines could compete with Africa for hot weather. That's how hot it is. You know,
Yeah, that's
it's on and
crazy.
popping in here, man. Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm gonna let you go.
That's
I'm gonna
my
let you go
bro.
now.
All right, have a good one, brother.
You too.
All right, yo, we out of here. Zach, I'm gonna check out that Kendrick Lamar album and see what it is, man. See if it's hot, see if it's popping. You got some Kendrick talk to be doing. I'm out. Peace.